For more than 100 years, the United States ranked #1 as the world's largest producer of manufactured goods. Today, the United States is responsible for 73% of the world's technology, no doubt due to the determination, passion, and heart of these individuals we refer to as ruckus makers.
America, I want to explain to you the significance of our current culture. Our strive to be individuals in a very duplicate world. The desire to be original, to be unique, drives us to individuality and nonconformed, which brings us to this family of American ruckus makers here in Loomis, California. They're called the Loomis Basin Brewing Company. I had their beer at one of my favorite restaurants. I immediately had to meet these people. Their beer is over the top. I can't wait for you to meet them. Let's go check them out.
How you doing, my friend?
Hey, you made it.
Good to see you.
Let's have a beer.
Let's have a beer. Well, I can't wait till you meet these guys. Their beer was
This
amazing.
is great.
Hello, gentlemen.
Chris.
Hey, nice to meet your faces.
It's a pleasure. It's nice
How
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
Nice to see you, Chris.
Stan.
Hey.
It's a pleasure. Nice to meet you. Nice to
Let
meet
them know
you.
that we were coming down here to see you guys.
Yeah, you can't keep me out of here.
So I had this amazing beer that you guys have. I looked at the bottle, and you're right here in my backyard. We had to come down here and find out what you guys are all about. And I understand you have over a dozen flavors now?
Yeah, we usually
flavors?
carry about a dozen beers on tap. In the grocery stores and the small packaging, we kind of do about 6 to 8 22s. We self-distribute. We handle all those customers ourselves. We've been open just past on 4 years. Even in those 4 years, we've doubled and tripled capacity and volume. But we try and keep it more the quality first, local first. Our tagline is always fresh, always local. And we just try and keep to that philosophy, and it's been treating us very well so far.
Jim, tell me about the local comment. I like the
Locals,
whole concept of locals.
they are the best here. Loomis is Friday nights. You come on Friday nights. Most of the town is here. They're our best cheerleaders. All by word of mouth. We've done very little advertising, so
They're usually trying to make us to go, hey, what, you guys need to go home. You know, they know we've been here since 6 in the morning. You know, it's like Loomis says, a small town is like a big family, and that's really what Loomis encompasses. It's just, you know, we see them on a weekly basis, and they're our family, and we're here because of them, and our success is because of them. So it's a great marriage between the two.
Awesome. Well, I just want to see the process.
Let's
I
go
would
check
love
it
for you
out.
guys to share with me the process and show me everything that you do.
Well, you're lucky. We're making beer right now, so let's go check it out.
America, California is leading the nation in craft breweries right now. You want to see this. Let's go. Coming up next on American Ruckus.
Oh, the magic.
I want to hear more about your legacy here that you're creating with your son.
right in here. Here's where it happens.
Incredible.
Oh, the magic.
I smell oatmeal.
It is.
Is that what we have behind us?
Pretty much, yeah. We're brewing today. We're doing our Buxom Blonde Pilsner. This is a 15-barrel brew house. We're actually brewing right now. I kind of refer to make it simplicity. It's a lot like making coffee. Same concept. This has a false bottom or screens where the malt sits on, or i.e. the coffee. Okay. From there, we'll pump hot water up over the top with little sprinklers. That hot water will run through that bed and all that mash, extract all the love, all the flavor, all the sugars. Yeah. Pilsners and lagers will take about 3 to 4 weeks, if not longer, to ferment. Ales ferment about 2 weeks. So our Pilsner, we're sitting there for about 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Yeast eats the sugar, and pretty much the byproduct of that is CO2 and alcohol. And that's where the love happens.
Comes through.
Yes. So this is all the leftover malt. This is hot and wet, about 100, let's see, it's about over 100 degrees. Our farmers use as feed to feed all their animals, and it goes from there. But this is what we call spent grain.
Have a taste?
Go ahead.
Wow, that's not bad at all. And that's what comes out of that big silo.
That's correct.
You've got these Jack Daniel barrels that I saw on the side. Could you tell us more about that?
Yes, we've done this. It's called our Jacked Up series. It's a robust porter, obviously, that we age in whiskey barrels.
And where'd you get these barrels?
These came straight from Lynchburg. Yes, Tennessee. We get these. They're only emptied for no more than 7 to 10 days.
Really?
So they're very, very fresh. We've done it for 4 years now. First year was called Jacked Up. The next year was called Jacked Again. Still Jacked. This year is called
Still Jacked.
Outback Jack. Which we don't have up yet, but my mom's got like 20 years. She's keeping under tight wraps. 20 years of
That's
names.
the new year that's coming up?
Yes, exactly.
We don't get to know the name?
No, she holds that tight.
We're going to be in suspense, America. We don't have a choice on this one.
And then out here, actually, we have our beer garden. You know, this is where all the locals and the community pretty much spends their, Thursday, Friday nights,
Wow.
Saturday nights even. We have a beautiful brick fired oven pizza here that actually one of my locals built for us. We just try to concentrate on making the beer, and I actually bring outside food vendors in. I don't charge them, I don't take a cut, it gives them another outlet to expand their business. I have the people here that are hungry, so I let them,
Going
cook
back
on
to
the
that whole
oven.
culture and innovation.
Exactly, it's just a small business supporting small business. Yeah, you can see we have our silo here. This holds all of our malt. This is a
Thing is huge.
35,000 pound silo. We fill about every 2 to 3 months. So that's with malted 2-row.
Malted.
That's our base malt.
Okay.
Usually when you do a recipe, 75% to 80% 2-row, 20% specialty grains, and that's
Okay.
what makes your recipe. It's another fermenter. This is going to be able to create us 60 more barrels a month, or in other words, 120 kegs. That's the growth. We're doing this about twice to 3 times a year. We're adding one of these tanks. It's really nice. The craft industry is one of the industries in California, not just California, but in the country that is growing and adding employees.
Yes.
and taking on loans and expanding multi-locations, and that whole trickles all the way down to
jobs.
Jobs, exactly.
And I understand every 500 barrels brewed is adding one new job.
Yes.
So-
So you can see right there, that's
can see the
100. That's
manufacturing.
120 barrels a month. That right there. So eventually, my brewmaster Mike,
Sure.
he's not going to be able to keep up, and he'll need
You're
an
gonna start
assistant.
bringing
And that's just how the evolution of what we're trying to
love
do.
Absolutely love it.
So are you ready to try one of these great beers?
I
I know I'm ready. Let's go.
You're looking a little thirsty there,
I'm
Chris.
very parched. Coming up next on American Ruckus. I want to hear more about your legacy here that you're creating with your son. Did he ever blow the kitchen up?
He didn't blow it up, but he made a big mess.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. America, this is truly an experience of innovation, ingenuity, originality, and absolute culture. Gentlemen, I can't tell you how much Stan and I appreciate what you've done here for us and showed us what you have done and what you began your process in Brewmaster. And Kenny, following your footsteps. The two of you are just an amazing story of ruckus makers in this great country. So I want to hear more about your legacy here that you're creating with your son.
There's no better thing to have as your son working with you. I get to come to work with my dad and make beer. And we work very hard, we do. But at the end of the day, all of us, my wife, my mom, dad, cousins, we can all be in the same building and really create something as a family and work as one.
These guys are true innovators, ingenuity, along with the originality, and again, the culture is what we're talking about. Absolute ruckus makers in 2015. Thank you, gentlemen. I can't wait to go sit down with your wives and have some samples, so let's
go
join
try
us.
some beers.
Thank you.
This is my wife, Jo.
Hello,
Hi,
Joe.
nice
Pleasure
to meet you.
This is my wife, Linda.
Stan.
Linda, pleasure to meet you.
Stan, Linda.
Linda, nice to meet you.
I want to hear a little bit about you kicking your husband out of the kitchen.
The old man out of the
Did
kitchen.
he ever blow the kitchen up?
He didn't blow it up, but he
Okay.
made a big mess.
He made a big mess.
So after that, I said, that's it, you're outside. He was making phenomenal beer in the backyard, and it didn't take long to see that there was a talent there. Saturday afternoon was brewing in the backyard, and we barbecue and have a good old time. But we kept the neighbors happy as he increased the size of his brewing system.
Well, I cannot wait to taste these amazing beers that you guys have.
Okay.
I've already got the one that hooked me, and that's why I'm here today, to celebrate you guys as true ruckus makers in America. So here's a toast to you guys, absolute innovators, and thank you, Mom, for starting Jim off on all this, because
My pleasure.
we wouldn't be here today without it, and I just love the story. America, these guys are a true
Thank you very much.
example of what it takes to be ruckus makers in this country. Thank you guys so much.
you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Cheers.